The origins of werewolves. Across continents and across centuries, one creature appears again and again in humanity's oldest stories. A being that is neither fully man nor fully beast. A creature that stalks the night, transforms under mysterious forces, and represents the wildness hidden inside us all. This is the tale of the werewolf, the shapeshifter, the moon-bound hunter, the wolfman whose legend refuses to die. Before Hollywood, before medieval Europe, before the word werewolf even existed, ancient civilizations described humans who could transform into animals. These stories, spread across thousands of years, became the foundation for the werewolf we know today. Tonight, we explore the full origin story of werewolves from ancient Mesopotamia, Greek and Roman mythology, Norse sagas, African and Native American shapeshifter traditions, Slavic and Central European folklore, medieval witch trials, scientific explanations, and the evolution of the legend into modern times. Where the legend begins, ancient Mesopotamia, 2500 BCE. The earliest written hint of human-to-animal transformation comes from ancient Mesopotamia, one of the first civilizations on Earth. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, c. 2100 BCE, the goddess Ishtar is described transforming one of her lovers into a wolf as punishment. The text reads, "You changed him into a wolf, and he now hunts his own brothers." This may be the oldest documented werewolf transformation in human history. In Mesopotamian culture, wolves represented wildness, chaos, exile, punishment, and the wrath of gods. The idea that the gods could punish a person by turning them into a wolf became a powerful symbol, echoing through the cultures that followed. Clay tablets from the Akkadian Empire mention werewolf demons, shape-shifting spirits that roamed the night. Some were guardians, others were omens of death. Here, almost 4,000 years ago, humanity first connected. Transformation, plus punishment, plus wolves. A supernatural curse. This concept would evolve again and again across civilizations. The first werewolf story in history, King Lycaon of Arcadia. Around 800 BCE, Greek mythology gave the world the first full narrative of a werewolf transformation. According to the Greek writer Pausanias, King Lycaon of Arcadia committed a terrible crime. He sacrificed a human child to Zeus. As punishment, Zeus transformed him into a wolf. The Roman poet Ovid, in Metamorphoses, describes it in chilling detail. His clothes changed to bristling hair, his arms to legs. He became a wolf, retaining only the same eyes of a man. This story is where the word lycanthropy comes from. Lycaon, the king, Lykos, Greek for wolf, anthropos, Greek for man. Ancient Greeks believed that consuming human flesh or committing immoral acts caused a person to transform into a wolf for 9 years. This belief spread across tribes living in the mountains of Arcadia, where wolf cults practiced rites involving wolf skins and initiation rituals. For the ancient Greeks, the werewolf was not a monster. It was a moral warning, a symbol of punishment and a reflection of the darker side of humanity. The Roman Empire and the birth of the werewolf curse. As Rome absorbed Greek culture, werewolf beliefs expanded. The Roman writer Pliny the Elder wrote in Natural History that men are turned into wolves and restored again to their own form. He described witnesses who claimed that certain families carried a hereditary curse, a key element of later werewolf legends. The Roman historian Herodotus wrote of the Neuri, a tribe from Eastern Europe, claiming, "Once every year each man changes into a wolf for several days." This is one of the earliest records of ritual or cyclical transformations. The Romans believed shape-shifting was real. Certain regions produced shapeshifters. Wolves were deeply connected to magic and fear. They spread these stories across Europe, planting the seeds for medieval werewolf lore. Norse sagas. The wolf warriors. In Scandinavia, werewolves were not monsters. They were warriors. The Volsunga saga, 13th century, describes father and son, Sigmund and Sinfjotli, finding cursed wolf skins. When worn, the skins forced them to transform. They could not remove the skins, and the nature of wolves came over them. These warriors hunted, howled, and killed for years, until freed from the curse. Norse myths also included the Ulfhednar, warriors who wore wolf pelts and entered a trance-like state during battle, becoming wolf men. This early Scandinavian wolf warrior tradition influenced later European beliefs about shapeshifters. The Norse believed transformation could come from cursed objects, magical rituals, inherited traits, spiritual possession. All elements that later appear in medieval werewolf trials. African shapeshifters, the were-hyenas and were-lions. In Africa, the werewolf story takes a different form. West Africa, the were-hyena, Buddha. The Buddha tradition, especially in Ethiopia and Sudan, describes blacksmiths or sorcerers who can become hyenas at night. Anthropologist Jan van Sina notes stories where the Buddha hunts graveyards, transforming by the power of the spirits. North Africa, the were-lion. Among the Berbers of Morocco, some clans believed certain men were born with a lion spirit inside them. Folklorist Edward Westermarck recorded, "A man may become a lion in times of anger." Southern Africa, skin changers. Zulu mythology includes stories of witches who take the form of wolves, hyenas, or owls to travel at night. African myths contributed the idea that shape-shifting is tied to witchcraft transformations, can be voluntary animal spirits choose the host. These concepts would influence later European witchcraft trials. The Native American shapeshifters, the skinwalkers and Wendigo. In North America, several tribes have legends of human-animal transformation. Navajo skinwalkers. Skinwalkers are witches who transform into wolves, coyotes or bears. According to ethnographic accounts, the skinwalker wears the pelt of the creature it becomes. Like European werewolves, skinwalkers roam at night, possess enhanced strength, howl, stalk, prey, are feared by villagers, the Wendigo, Algonquin. The Wendigo is a human who transforms into a cannibalistic creature after hunger or greed consumes them. Early accounts by missionaries describe a giant, emaciated, wolf-like creature with the heart of a man. This creature is linked to cold climates, famine, and spiritual corruption. Themes also present in later European werewolf stories. Medieval Europe, the Age of Fear, 400–1400 CE. During the Middle Ages, Europe became the breeding ground for the modern description of the werewolf. Wolves were everywhere, roaming forests, killing livestock, threatening villages. People lived in constant fear. Medieval texts began describing men who hunted at night, packs of wolf spirits, wolf bloodlines, cursed wanderers. One famous legend from France, told by Marie de France in the 12th century, is Bisclaveret, about a knight who transforms into a wolf due to a secret curse. This period added the themes of transformation linked to family secrets, curses activated by removing or wearing clothing, werewolves trapped in wolf form until helped by others. Tragic, romantic portrayals. The werewolf became a symbol of the outsider, the misunderstood, the cursed. The werewolf hunts, 1400 to 1700 CE. Europe's darkest chapter. Between the 15th and 17th centuries, Europe faced widespread panic. While many people know about the witch hunts, fewer know that werewolf hunts were just as intense. Court records from France, Germany and Switzerland describe hundreds of trials. Some accused werewolves confessed, often under torture, to transforming with the help of ointments, wearing magical wolf skins, drinking potions, making pacts with dark forces. The case of Peter Stump, 1589. One of the most famous cases in history is Peter Stump of Germany. He confessed to being a werewolf and described a belt that gave me the shape of a wolf. His execution sparked fear across Europe. The Livonian werewolves, Latvia, Estonia. In the 17th century, entire villages claimed that certain men turned into wolves during winter. One man, Thies of Kaltenbrunn, declared, "We are the Lord's wolves. We fight evil spirits in wolf form." His trial is one of the strangest in European history. By the 1700s, the werewolf had become a feared monster, a subject of legal trials, a symbol of witchcraft, a scapegoat in times of hardship. These persecutions fueled many of the modern legends. Science enters the story, 1700, 1900 CE. With the Enlightenment came new interpretations. Doctors and philosophers began offering scientific explanations. Lycanthropy as a mental disorder. French doctor Jean Bostock described cases where patients believed they were wolves, calling it clinical lycanthropy. Symptoms included howling, crawling, attacking livestock, believing their bodies had fur or claws. Rabies causes aggression, biting sensitivity to light, foaming at the mouth. This may have influenced werewolf stories. Hypertrichosis. Also known as Wolfman syndrome, this genetic condition causes extreme hair growth on the face and body. People with this condition were often displayed in circuses and travelling shows, creating visual confirmation of wolfmen. Ergot poisoning. Some historians believe hallucinations from ergot-infected rye, a toxic fungus, cause villagers to imagine werewolves. Science explained much of the fear, but not enough to erase the legend. The modern werewolf is born 1900-2000 CE. In the 20th century, literature and film redefined the werewolf's image. Literature writers such as Algernon Blackwood and H.P. Lovecraft introduced psychological horror, making the werewolf a symbol of inner darkness. The Wolfman, 1941. The Universal Studios film starring Lon Chaney Jr. standardized many modern werewolf rules. Transformation by full moon, wolf bites, spreading the cursed silver bullets as the only weapon, cursed individuals losing control. Hollywood created the werewolf we now recognize. Late 20th century movies like An American Werewolf in London, The Howling Underworld, Teen Wolf. These films turned werewolves into cultural icons. The werewolf today. Today, the werewolf remains a powerful symbol in film books, anime, folklore, paranormal research, online communities. The werewolf survives because it represents something universal. The duality of human nature, the battle between order and chaos. It is the metaphor for rage, instinct, transformation, the hidden self, the uncontrollable parts of our identity. This psychological symbolism is why the werewolf remains timeless. What the werewolf really means. Across 5,000 years of history, the werewolf has represented punishment, Mesopotamia, moral corruption, Greece, warrior strength, Norse, witchcraft, Africa and Europe, spiritual darkness, America, psychological struggle, modern era. The werewolf survives because every culture sees a piece of itself in the story. It is both monster and mirror. It shows us we all have a wild side, a part of us we try to control, a part that emerges in moments of anger, fear, or instinct. The werewolf myth is the most human monster ever created.